look through magazines, usually it's typically not guys. It happens a lot with male models though, but mostly with girls. When we look through magazines, we just kind of see the modern image of like skinny and stuff, and it's really girls, like we see all these stories about girls who do it, and no one ever thinks that you would ever know a girl who does it, but some of us, there's probably girls that we do know that we're not sure about yet. These girls don't really remember the harmful effects. Like, it can have horrible vital effects on your kidney and other effects like depression, which leads to suicide and drugs. So what do you do if you know of someone going through an eating disorder? Okay, look at this girl. This is Brittany Snow. There's supposed to be another picture, but apparently it's not there. When you look at her, you would never think that she's anorexic. But many cases in Hollywood, like young teens in Hollywood, a lot of them really are anorexic. So Brittany Snow, when she was only 12 years old, she started dieting. She did diets. Okay.
It's a quick time.
Do anybody know what we should do?
It won't work. It's quick time.
Oh, you can just tell us. It'll be just as fine.
Okay, well, there's a picture of the cabbage diet, and then the berry diet, and the salmon diet. And those are like some bizarre diets that people do, and they only eat those. So then she had her own show, so people would write on her show, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, she looks so good. So then she was like addicted to getting all these results. So by the age of 14, which is how old I am, she weighed only 87 pounds.
Whoa.
And she was dying, and one time she fell into a coma, and she just like, the doctor said she would die. Then one time she was reading a magazine, and then there was this article about an actress who suffered from anorexia, and she completely saw herself in that article. And she said that that article saved her life. And, oh my gosh, I really wanted there to be a picture.
Oh,
okay.
It's okay. It won't count in. Just keep
So,
talking.
Cheryl Salt James, like, I don't know if you know the band Salt and Pepper, but she was Salt, and when you look at her, like, she's so pretty, and you would not think she was bulimic at all. But the definition of a bulimic is when you eat, like, a lot of really fatty foods, then you go throw up in the bathroom and stuff, and she would throw up 7 times a day. And her teeth, like, it's really disgusting because your stomach acid, it has a lot of acid in your stomach, so like you throw it up and it all like damages like your fallopian tube and your esophagus, but it also rots away your teeth. So she was so stressed out about this, and she could not stop. Like, she would throw up so many times a day. Like, after, like, she would eat so much and just throw up every day. So then she quit the band, and then one day she just couldn't take it anymore. She, like, couldn't even focus on anything because her mind was so screwed up from this. So then she just, like, got down on her knees and was like, God, I just want to be healed. So then she talked to her boyfriend about it, and they didn't really want to tell her parents, so they paid a therapist. And after she did the therapist, that was it. Like, and then she was done, and she was, like, saved. So now she and her band are back together, and they're doing a show in a little bit. It's, like, a show that they're going to be doing. I don't know what channel. Okay, and then, like, so the verse of 1 Corinthians 6:20 is, for you are bought with a price, so glorify God with your body. That's kind of talking about, like, you have to, like, put in your body good stuff. Like, I'm not saying to become, like, mortally obese. Like, you have to control what you put in your body. There's a difference between, like, not starving yourself and then eating, like, whatever you're not supposed to. But, no, I'm not saying that. Okay, so dancers, like, as a dancer, you want to be, like, really skinny because you get lifted a lot and stuff, and it's helpful for your partner and stuff. But there was a story about a dancer who, like, ended up having no friends because she would go around and being like, oh my God, I'm so fat, when she wasn't. And then her friend, like, one day her friend just broke down crying and was like, I hate when you say that. You make me feel fat all the time. And then so that took away her friends. And then they shared a story of her at Thanksgiving. Just, like, imagine sitting at Thanksgiving and not being able to eat anything, and how, like, your family would feel about that. Like, she said she would lose 10 pounds and she would not be good enough. 20 pounds not be good enough. Like, 40 pounds and she still wouldn't be good enough. So in a weird way, it's like a cell phone. I know that's really weird, but when you charge your cell phone, when you, like, let your cell phone die of battery, like, it's just like food. You have to put into your body what you need. So then it switches to reserve battery, which is like pulling it out from the back, and your body does that too. It actually takes anything you eat as a fat because it thinks you're not going to feed it again. So actually, like Jessica Simpson, that's kind of how she gained weight because she wouldn't eat and then she would eat, then she wouldn't eat. Like, so that's how she gained a lot of her weight. You don't have to be famous to suffer from anorexia or bulimia. There was a story about a girl who's 13 and she did all those diets like Brittany Snow. She had bulimia. She would throw up at least 14 times a day. And she hated herself so much. And her biggest quote was, "No one could have possibly despised myself as I despised me as I despised myself." So then it led to really harmful stuff. Like she was cutting herself and she wanted to commit suicide. But so I have this song that made me think of this. So I'm going to pull it up. Okay. But this song is by
You just escape out. You just go to the internet.
well, let me get on YouTube.
Yeah.
This song is a Christian song by this guy named Johnny Diaz, and I can just Campbell. Do you want me to show like the music video or the one with lyrics?
Whatever you think.
Music video.
Whatever really.
Here, don't type it on
Yeah.
Google. Type
I
it on
think
the address
the
bar.
music video does.
Okay.
Type it on the. Okay.
Why are you Googling YouTube?
She wants to Google YouTube.
Takes too much effort.
There she goes.
See what's awesome in the cup.
You can stop the speech since she's